Alright, so welcome back to my team career mode. Now, last time out at a rain-soaked Imola, I scored my first points of the season. Now, I did this by, taking advantage of the AI's mistakes. First of all, I was on the intermediates, everyone else was on the full wets, and then I timed my switch to the slicks pretty much bang on. And meanwhile, an Alpine was chasing me. I was also chasing the other Alpine, and on the final lap, not only did I get, I think it was Ocon, but I also managed to get past Teo Pourchaire because he spun off into the gravel at turn 1, meaning I finished a very handy P7. Today we go to Montreal at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and of course, this track isn't the best for overtaking, so qualifying is going to be even more important than usual. Alright, so welcome to qualifying. I want to quickly just say, you know what time it is. If you could please like the video, because I told you to, and why not subscribe? I'm grinding every single day, and I'm trying to hit 1.4k by the end of the year. Now, looking at the conditions for this session, it seems like it will be raining. As you can see, weather in 15 minutes, it's going to be wet. I feel like I can get away with waiting until there's about 10 minutes left in the session. Also, another thing that I've been doing is for this weekend, I thought, well, one of the main reasons we are so far behind everyone else is because I don't do practice. I just skip it because it takes way too much time. So I thought what I would do is just do quick practice and get an extra like 700 resource points a weekend. So that's what I've done. Right, I've decided to come out a little bit early because the weather is not looking fantastic, and I thought I don't want to be out when it's raining, so let's get one hot lap in. Why am I so slow down the straight? Oh, I've got the brake bug. That's fine. Right, here we go then. My first and probably only hot lap on the soft tyres. Here we go. Into turn 1. Braking was pretty good. Gotta be careful on the exit because, it's very scary. But that was pretty good. Oversteer snappage, but it's okay. And the rain, as you can see, has begun. So I need to try and get this lap over and done with as quick as possible before that rain actually starts impacting my lap time. However, I think I'm pretty slow anyway, but, I want to at least get a lap in. Right. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I was 3/10 up on Carlos Sainz. Am I actually cooking? Hang on a minute here. Let's try and bang this final chicane. I sort of did. Avoid the wall of champions. Hang on a minute here. Did I just cook? No, I didn't cook. So that's probably the only run I'm going to get, and it was egregious. Like, honestly, horrible. As you can see, I am 2/10 away from Esteban Ocon in P22, and I'm half a second off my teammate, Hulkenberg. Now, I don't know where it said I was 3/10 up on Sainz. It was actually Sector 2. Look how bad Sainz's Sector 2 is. That is actually 3/10 off me, but then his Sector 1 was a 10th up, and his Sector 3... Wow, I didn't realize how bad mine was. My Sector 3 is about half a second off everyone else's. Wow, okay, that is shocking. And actually, the track has returned to dry conditions, so there is a chance that I might actually be able to get back out there and do another run, but I'm not entirely sure. See, I don't know if I should wait or go now, because it says the weather in 5 minutes is going to be wet, and right now it's dry, but I don't know. So, as you can see, it stayed wet. So, well, there's two things that means, that indicates. Number one, I will be starting last for the Grand Prix. Number two, I've been out-qualified by my teammate by half a second. Do I even bother going for a lap just for some fun, or do I just sack it off? Let's do a lap just for a laugh, do you know what I mean? Let's see how far I can get before my car spins off. Round turn 1. Hey! I might actually just do a bit of drifting action. Never mind, I've spun. Okay, let's just sack it off. So, what happened there? That was quite an interesting view. I was looking at the inside of my garage. But anyway, those are the final results for Q1. And, yeah, that's not really what you want to see. But at least Hulkenberg isn't on the back row with me. At least he's actually kind of up there. Now, of course, being out-qualified by my teammate by half a second is not really that ideal. However, well done. You know what? It's, we're a team here. well done. You know, you're not last. We go to the Grand Prix, P22, whatever. And welcome to Sunday, the Grand Prix, and it's beautiful and sunny, which is actually quite welcoming. You know, I don't mind a wet race, but I feel like within the wet, you can't really make progress through the field. Now, can I do that in the dry? Who knows? I do think my race pace is going to be considerably better than my quali pace. I have less downforce than everyone else, so that's why my quali was particularly bad. In the race, of course, lower downforce is better. And I usually just am better in the race anyway, do you know what I mean? Right, I have actually been bumped up to P21. Someone behind. We have a little bit of insight. That's a Williams, is it not? I think that is a Williams. So one of the Williams has taken an engine penalty. Honestly, not the worst track to do it. It's not brilliant. I mean, you could have waited until, like, Spa, but whatever, I don't care. Canadian Grand Prix. Let's start this thing. Oh my, I forgot to turn the formation lap off again. Right, Canadian Grand Prix, round number, I don't even know, 4, 5, I don't remember. And we are away. That start is actually quite good. Lots of grip off the line. I don't gain anything. Wait, hang on a minute here. I've changed my mind. I might gain something. Let's actually swing one round the outside of the Ferrari here, who's also fighting Hulkenberg. I don't think it's wise to fight that. Let's just focus on fighting the Alpine of Ocon. Oh, Sainz has braked a bit early there as Hulkenberg makes his way through. What a driver. And we're away. I've actually managed to gain a place off the start in a Grand Prix. Did I hit Sainz up the arse? Yes. Do I care? No. Sainz is going for a move on Hulkenberg. That invites me to go around the outside. No way! Hulkenberg, what a driver! He blocks off Sainz from getting the move done, so I can send it round the outside and gain another place. And look at the boys, P19, P18, we're ahead of a Ferrari. What a team I've got here. And there is the end of lap number 1. That was very exciting. I enjoyed that lap a lot. Now, my pace does seem shocking compared to everyone else. Especially my straight line speed, which I wasn't expecting. I wonder if the AI were just dumping their overtake on the first lap because it's the first lap. We'll have to wait and see. But it's not great. Although I am sticking with Hulkenberg, so I suppose it can't be that bad, right? Right, Hulkenberg doesn't have DRS anymore, so I am going to go for an overtake at the exit of the final chicane. That was lovely. Round the outside of a bit of overtake, and that should see me through into turn 1. Lovely move. Okay. That was all down to Hulkenberg losing DRS. Now, I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to catch up to Alex Albon, if I can catch him at all. So what I might do instead is just try and keep Hulkenberg in my DRS and sort of drag him along, so that Sainz doesn't catch him, pass him, and then catch me and pass me. Do you know what I mean? Alright, another personal best lap time. That was by a massive margin as well, by almost half a second. Okay, maybe there is some pace in this PG Tips Foot Crib F1 team car. I am within a second as well of Alex Albon. Better still, Hulkenberg is now also still within my DRS. And we're just cooking. This is great. The car actually feels fan-bloody-tastic. Hang on, Albon's going for a move on Zhou Guanyu. That is going to help me out massively, even though I had a shocking exit to that chicane, so maybe not. I could have probably got past both of them there if I wasn't such a clot. Right, Carlos Sainz has sent it up the inside of Hulky and gotten through, which is very, very annoying. I can't say it was unexpected. Let's be honest, he is in a Ferrari, but it's still annoying. I don't even know what happened. I thought Hulkenberg was still right behind me. I guess Sainz must have got a decent run at the end of the, you know, the back DRS bit, and then just got through. Bit annoying. So I suppose now it's time to go full assault mode on trying to get past Mr. Albon and recently sacked Zhou Guanyu. Right, the only way I'm going to get past these two is if Alex Albon fights Zhou Guanyu like that. That is what I need. However, Albon takes such a weird line through that corner, and now Sainz is going to have a go at me. Oh, for crying out loud, Albon, why have you got to take such a funny line through that chicane? I could have gone round the outside, but then that's really dodgy. Like, ugh. Right, Albon, are you going to go for it again this time? No, you decide not to. Right, okay, brilliant. What about on the exit? Come on, have a go at him. Do him in. Go, Albon. Yes, fight him. Down the inside of Alex Albon. A proper lunge. Like Daniel Ricciardo in the prime. Can I actually make the move stick, though? Oh, you bet I can. That was a little bit of improvisation, a little bit of cheekiness, but I just thought, well, Albon's going to have to brake earlier because of Zhou Guanyu, so I could just brake later and send it down the inside, and that is exactly what I did. Now, my next target is Zhou Guanyu. Do I have the pace to stick with him? I think I do, so let's have him. I feel like I'm going to make quick work of you, Zhou Guanyu. I'm going to do a lot better of a job than Albon ever did. Here we come, down the back straight. Do I have the opportunity to go for the move into the Wall of Champions chicane? I don't even know what it's called. Yes, I do! Let's go! Another brilliant move. Up to P16. I'm having an absolute cracking race. Next up is going to be Théo Pourchaire. 2.7 seconds up the road. The Aston Martin is a formidable car, though, so I don't know if I've got the pace to catch up to him, but we'll give it a good old crack. And we are actually stopping next lap. I might actually stop on this lap, though, and try and undercut. But honestly, the tyre wear, as you can see, really isn't that bad. I mean, the rears are shocking, but that's because on the exit of the hairpin, going down the back straight area, I just sort of, you know, blitz it, whereas you're supposed to actually be very careful because that destroys your rears. Right, I'm just going to follow the strategy, stay out one more lap, and go from there. I definitely don't have the speed to catch up to Mr. Teo. He is cooking. And, of course, he is stuck in a DRS train, so he gets that extra pull along down the straights. How many cars are in that train? That's quite a lot. That's like 10 cars. Right, okay. If there's such a world where I can actually catch up to that next pack, because they're AI, I should be able to pick them all off, but yeah, I don't know if I can actually catch them up. You can see how much further ahead they're getting, especially down the straights because of that DRS assistance. I think what I'm going to do is just try and stay here and hold position in P16, which is still a very solid result considering where I started. Right, it's time to stop. Half of the cars are in, the other half stay out. I have braked way too early, but honestly, it doesn't matter too much. Zhou Guanyu also in. Alex Albon, is he in or has he stayed out? I can't tell. I can't see behind me. Now, let's hope for the worst pit stop I have ever seen in my life. We're talking like 8-second stop, do you know what I mean? For those that haven't seen my previous videos, like just in general, not on this career mode, but just in any series, or if you've seen it in my recent live streams, you'd know that any time I say, I really need a good stop, my team usually drop a world-class stinker like 8 seconds. This time, I did a bit of reverse psychology. As you heard, I said, give me the worst stop ever. 2.3. Lovely. Right, other drivers are now stopping, including Sainz, Albon, and my teammate. Let's see if the undercut has worked. Kind of. I mean, I'm still out ahead of Albon, Sainz, and Hülkenberg, but it's exactly the same. I've gained about, what, half a second on Théo Pourchaire, and that's about it, so worth it. I guess. Cool. You know what? I'm fine with that. And I don't know what's happened. I don't know if it's just me being crap on these hard tyres, but Zhou Guanyu's turned it up a notch. He's cooking me. Why am I so slow in a straight line? I lowered my downforce and I'm slower in a straight line. How's that happening then? I am so confused. Zhou Guanyu is on fire right now, absolutely cooking me. Théo Pourchaire gapping me by half a second a lap. It's all fallen to pieces on these hard tyres, and I don't know why. It genuinely, I know obviously I'm going to be a little bit slower because it's hard tyres, they're the harder compound, but down the straights I feel so much slower. Even though I lowered my downforce, not by much, went from 33 to 30, but it's slower. I thought on the hard tyres I might be able to, you know, catch up to Teo because I'm usually quite good on the old hards, but this is shockingly slow. Like, Teo, he's gone. Zhou Guanyu, he's going to be past me in a second. Look at him. He's right on me, Harris. 0.2 behind, even with DRS. No, I can't speak. Even with overtake, he just blitzed past me like it's nothing. Like, why am I so slow? Right, Mr. Zhou Guanyu, let's see if I can get some revenge. Down the straight, I don't even know if I can catch up. I am catching. I am going to have to wait for the second DRS, though. Let's see if I can get it done into turn 1. DRS on, overtake on. He's blocking me from going around the outside, so I'm going to have to go around the outside. That's actually weird. It goes from the outside to the... Anyway, Zhou Guanyu, you have been done. Never mind. No, he hasn't. He's had the best exit I have ever seen, and he's back through. Why am I so slow? I feel like I'm driving an F2 car. Like, I can't exit as quick as the AI are. It's ridiculous. Utterly preposterous. Oh, here comes Alex Albon as well now. Oh, it's all falling to pieces. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Right, Mr. the Zhou Guanyu, it's round number 2. Let's have you in. This time, I'm going to brake a little bit early. I get a better run through the chicane, better exit as well. Overtake on. I'm not going to have massive snappage of oversteer, having to switch my direction because Zhou Guanyu blocks me. But he is going to try and block me again. This geezer is clueless on how to race. And this time, I'm going to go take the outside line so he can't fight back. So I've managed to reacquaint, if that's even the right word, my position of P16. 4 seconds up the road is now Théo Pourchaire, so that opportunity is gone. It's now a fight for P16 with Zhou Guanyu, Fat Krim, Alex Albon, Carlos Sainz, Nico Hülkenberg, and Esteban Ocon. Not really Nico Hülkenberg, actually. It's about 10 seconds off P19. Wait, no one's retired. That's really... Oh, wow, okay. Hülkenberg is like, what, 8 seconds off P21? Great. Alex Albon gets the move done on Zhou Guanyu. That was actually quite impressive, really. Well done, Albon. But now you've both got DRS and you're both coming for me. Oh, Lord help me. Alex Albon goes through. There is literally nothing I can do about that. Zhou Guanyu also looking to go through. Round the final corner, Alex Albon has got that place. He's just gone. What about Zhou Guanyu, though? I don't have much overtake to use, but I am defending. Carlos Sainz now trying to go around the outside of Mr. the Joe in the Sauber. That will be quite an interesting maneuver because now Sainz will be behind me and he's going to be 10 times as quick as me. They're still going wheel to wheel, which is actually quite helpful to me because I now have a 1.7 second lead over them, which means I can now fully focus on trying to retake my position of P16 from Alexander Albon. Oh, we have a yellow flag. One of the Alpines are out. Hello! Bye-bye! Unlucky, mate, but the game is the game. Right, my pursuit of Alex Albon isn't going too well. He is absolutely cooking. I think I can stick with him with the DRS, but an actual overtake, I'm not so sure. Right, I think I can get Alex Albon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and stall it until the final lap of the race, because then there's, you know, a bit of a lesser chance that he gets back past me. What I do have to be careful of, though, is that I have done this many times where I sort of stick behind the AI on purpose until the final lap. Only this time, there's a certain Carlos Sainz behind me catching very quickly, and pretty soon he will be behind. So there might come a time where I'll have to overtake Albon just so Sainz doesn't overtake me. Do you know what I mean? Or I can just send it on Albon now, get past him as soon as possible, and then just try and defend. I think I prefer that strategy, to be honest. I don't want to have to try and manage keeping behind Albon and ahead of Sainz. So let's give it some. Down the main straight. Here we come. Overtake on, DRS on, to the inside, which turns to the outside into turn 1. On Alex Albon. Boom! Place made. Lovely move. And now I need to try and defend. For what? 3 laps. So, oh, maths. I think 8 DRS zones I've got to try and survive now. Let's do it. Okay, DRS zone number 1. I'm going to stick to the inside, and I have lived. Okay, 7 more remaining. I've had a pretty good exit on the end of the hairpin. And I don't know if I've got enough for this, you know. I am going to just stick to here. Albon is coming. He's coming fast. He's going to go for it round the outside. I'm fighting this. I'm not fighting this. I am fighting this. I am fighting it. And I've won. Now, that was a bit dodgy. I'm not going to lie, but honestly, I don't care, to be honest. Carlos Sainz go for the move on Alex. Alex! Don't get done by Chili Con Carne, Alex. No, he has, I think. No, they're still going wheel to wheel. That could actually help me a lot if they stay wheel to wheel through this fast corner. And they do. Hang on a minute here. I now have, a 1.6 second gap to Alex. And that's going to help me tremendously. So down the main back middle straight, I don't even know what you call it anymore, I have a 1.5 second lead over Sainz, who is fighting Albon, as we go into the final lap. So I should be good. Brilliant. And here we go then. Now, this race has been all sorts of a mess, really. Starting, managed to gain a place, which is extremely rare for me. And then my pace on medium tyre was actually extremely good. Like, I was absolutely cooking. Got past Hulkenberg early on. Caught up to Albon and Joe. Got past both of them. And then for some reason, even though I had the best pit stop I've ever seen, 2.3 seconds, my hard tyre pace has been shockingly slow. Having to constantly defend from Zhou Guanyu. I don't even know what happened to him. He's just gone now. Lewis Hamilton has already won the race. Meanwhile, I have not even finished Sector 2. And I'm doing my final race monologue, but Sainz is still fighting. And he's right behind me. And this is going to be quite tight. I'm going to have to avoid the slipstream. And I can't really do that. Here comes Chili Con Carne. Where's he going to go then? He's going to the inside. I can still fight this. I'm going to brake as late as I can. Swoop it in. And bosh. There you go. Good solid bit of defending at the end. And there is the checkered flag. P15, I think, is a very, very solid result, given the fact that I started, of course, last. There was one DNF, so I actually should have finished P16, which means I made a solid 8 overtakes. I think that is a very solid day at the office. Of course, it's completely different to last episode, where I scored points at Imola in the wet, changing conditions. I still think P15 is okay. So there's your final finishing order. Lewis Hamilton goes from P3 to P1 and gets a Mercedes 1 and 2, so that's pretty cool. Charles Leclerc was the pole sitter, dropped down to P4. Wow, that's shockingly bad. Logan Sargent scores points. And yeah, we finished P15. Like I said, that's a good result. Oh yeah, of course, I started P21 because one of the Williams, that would have been Stroll. Why isn't a Williams? I don't know. Little reunited thing going on. He was the one that started P22, but yeah, you can see where our car is a little bit poo. Because, especially on the hard tyre, Hulkenberg did actually finish 8 seconds off P20 Zhou Guanyu. Really, really poor. Well, let's take a quick look at my lap times. I think they were decently consistent at the end, maybe. Honestly, that's okay. I like how you've got 11-1, 11 dead, 11 dead, 11-1, 12-7. I don't know what happened on that lap. I actually had one of my better Sector 1s, but then it was my Sector 3. Oh, that's when I was fighting Albon. That makes sense. And the standings, for those interested, now look like this. Of course, I'm still P13 from my 6 points I scored last time out. Equal with Daniel Ricciardo and Ocon. The leader, Lando Norris, had a bit of a stinker today. Hamilton catching up big time, goes up to P4. In the Constructors, McLaren lead by 58 over Red Bull. Mercedes, big catch up though, now only 63 behind, only 5 off Red Bull Racing. We sit P8 in the Constructors, 10 points off RB, 11 points off Alpine. I reckon that's doable by the end of the season, but let's just focus on keeping these 6 points and finishing P8. I think that would be a good result. But that's going to be all from me. That was a pretty fun episode of My Team Career Mode. I'll be back soon for some more. Make sure to come check out my daily live streams that I'm trying to do daily, but failing to do daily because I can't really be bothered anymore. And we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you a lot later. Adios. See you.